What's up, everybody? So if I look all sweaty, it's because I was working out. I was out there pressing benches. So I got a phone call this week from the folks over at BTR, and by phone call I mean it was a text message by the folks. I mean Logan, and he hit me up. He said, "Hey, I got an idea for you. We've got some stuff sitting on the shelf over here that I think could benefit you for Drag Week. Are you interested?" What the fuck? Why? Every time. Look at Jesus. You see the size of this thing? Dude, it's got landing gear. Whoa. And he's down. Oh my God. Look at him. Yeah. Look at you, stupid. Your big stupid head and your stupid big wings caught in a stupid... Oh God. All right. Off to a good start. So he started grilling me about, man, I hope that thing stays over there. Shit. What do dragonflies eat? Anybody know? Leave it in the comments. Let me know. So he started grilling me like, hey, what are you changing on the car? And I said, well, nothing, man. I'm just going to fix it. I'm going to run it. So he's like, you're not making any significant improvements? I was like, no. He goes, well, I got some stuff we're going to send over to you if you're interested. And I said, absolutely, pal. What do you got? And this is what they got. And it's not loving. These are Trick Flow 245 heads, and God, they look so good. These have been worked over by TEA and Mr. Brian Tooley himself. They have softened chambers. These are going to significantly improve what we're going to do this year. And then if you are a frequent visitor to the channel, then you probably realize that that turbo is not the same turbo that was in here last time. I mean, the last video that we did on this, the only piece of the puzzle that I was missing is the Currie 9-inch, which is currently installed in the car. That's where we are with the car. I'm gonna button up the top end of the motor, get the BTR Equalizer 1 intake slapped on this bad boy, check the push rod length, get some push rods on order if I need them, wire 1, 2, 3 more wires, and we're done. We are ready to hit the button and rack my nerves and fire this pig. All right, guys, I'm not sure where we are at with this update video. I just know it's Tuesday night, and I recorded a little bit, and I talked about the changes that were going on in the motor here. Everything is put back together now. I have to throw the valve covers on and put some plugs on it and plug wires, and everything under the hood is buttoned up. We got the new 88mm turbo from VS Racing, and this thing looks sick. And it's a straight up bolt-on for the turbo that it replaced, which is a Borg-Warner unit. A little bit less real estate here for an air filter, but really all I need to do is put a small air filter on there that will protect the turbo while cruising from track to track on Drag Week. BTR Equalizer 1 intake looking sexy as ever on top of this thing. I cannot wait to hear this motor fire to life. We got the list going. You know, when you put a list up, generally speaking, the list of stuff that you actually have to do has gotten drastically shorter, and that's what we're down to right here. We're gonna do a wire check, anti-roll bar tabs, shock mounts on the rear axle, the brakes need to get put on. That's what I am working on tonight. Push rods, that's already done. We can cross that guy off right now. Whoop, that feels good. And then everything else is just fluids. Air filter is optional because we don't need that to go testing at the track. Almost less than 30 days. It might be less than 30 days, I'm not even sure. September 8th is the kickoff of Drag Week, and guys, to say I'm apprehensive would be an understatement. This time last year, I had ran an 8-second pass, and I was campaigning this car on a monthly basis and testing every other week with the thing. I have not made a hit in this car since Drag Week of 2018 because of my own complacency, and as well as other projects kind of getting in the way and stepping on my toes. It's pretty much all my own fault, but I'm still confident. Like, I know what we have to do with the car. I'm familiar enough with it. At least I think I am, but we've made a million changes. Speaking of changes, here's the other one that I'm working on tonight. In the last video I said, I did an overview on this whole Currie 9-inch that they came out with, and I had said that they sent me 35 spline axles, but I was corrected by my homies over there, John and Tiny over at Currie Enterprises, and I went back and counted. These are the 40 spline extreme duty shafts. I thought they were 35 splines because during the conversations, that's what we initially talked about. So these guys have gone above and beyond with this whole setup, and I am stoked on it. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video of me throwing it into the car, but let me tell you, It was extremely easy. Bolt on a fair, everything lined up perfect. Everything bolted right in. Like all the hardware is only just slid right in there hand tight. And then the center section was super easy to slap up in this thing. And lucky day, a complete unexpected surprise, the drive shaft fits perfectly, as a matter of fact. And then I have to figure out the shock mounting situation here on the back. And then we're gonna slide in the axles, and then we're gonna put on these bitchin' billet aluminum caliper brackets from the homies over at Bear Brakes. They sent these over. These are billet aluminum and black anodized, like I said, and they're set up to run the Bear SS4 caliper. This is actually set up for dual caliper, and that's the only one that they sell. So you have the option of putting your caliper on the front side or the back side of the axle, or if you have some big meaty tires out of the back and you want to run dual calipers on the back, well, you have that option as well. That may be something coming in the future, but for right now, single calipers are doing a fantastic job on this car. Everything underneath this thing looks incredible, and it's a damn shame you got to put it down on the ground and hide it from the public eye. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Currie, Bear, together as one, and God, that's a beautiful, sexy package. All right, guys, so the day has come. In full disclosure, I've already done this without having the camera rolling, because I gotta be completely honest with you guys. After watching Logan's last video where he took the RX-7 to the dyno, this whole thing, racing at this level, has me extremely shook, like to my core. I am so apprehensive. This is the most skittish and nervous I've ever been about firing up a car that in my entire life. And usually I'm more nervous about starting cars that aren't mine than I am about starting my own. But there's a lot riding on this. Not that I've like talked a lot of shit and trying to get people hyped up about this, but dude, the amount of people that are following this on Clapped Out now compared to last year is drastically different. Plus the amount of companies and the level of their involvement is drastically different than it was last year. And I guess the biggest concern that I have is just letting down people. I'm not worried about letting down myself, because if I break that thing, you know what? Hey, that's what we kind of came to do, is push this thing to its limit. But I want to push it to the limit and stay at the limit and be successful, go fast, and make everybody and all the partners and sponsors that are involved on this car, I want to make sure that they are all happy. So I don't want to let anybody down. And that's my biggest fear with this whole thing. So anyway, the biggest hurdle is whether or not this car is even going to function and have oil pressure. Well, here you go. So there you have it. We got oil pressure, we have contact, all vital, dude, check it. It's still going. All vital signs are giving us a thumbs up. Less than 30 days until drag week. Let's go.